Being in the public eye for so long, I've put myself in the public eye, but a lot of comments stand out to me. I do get a lot of good comments, which make my day, but opposing that, I get negative comments, and those negative comments sometimes also ruin my day, but also give me things to think about. And for many years now, I've got the comment of, just give up, you're irrelevant now, your career flopped, go get a normal 9-to-5 job. And for so long, this was in the back of my head thinking, if I got a 9-to-5 job, I would probably do really well in that 9-to-5 job and still be uploading, and then nobody's got anything to say. So for the past 2 weeks, I have gone out and got a 9-to-5 job. It's actually an afternoon shift from 3 to 11 where I do strenuous work, labor work in a factory for 8 hours straight, lifting boxes, and I can still get my marathon training done in the morning. Some mornings I'm running up to 20 kilometers. I'm still reading, I'm still writing, I'm still working on my business, and I'm still uploading videos. So this is my question to you haters. What the fuck have you got to say now? So on that note, I want to talk to you about what success means to me and how I define success. Throughout my 300 days of being sober, I have pushed myself to the limits because I've understood my capability to be able to push myself to my mind's absolute limit, and that all began with giving up alcohol. What success means to me is, at the end of the day, if you can go to bed and rest your head on that pillow, thinking to yourself, I have done everything today that I told myself I was going to do. I may not have ran the 20 kilometers in the time that I wanted, but I still went out and did it and gave it my best. When I reach those points of success and pride in my being, that allows me to do what I want with success, which is service to humanity, which is what I think the meaning of life is. So these videos that I'm uploading are not for clout. It's not for me to make money, but the clout and money might come. These videos are my service to humanity. I don't have to make these videos. I can work a factory job for the rest of my life and live comfortably, buy another house, buy a car, and just get off the internet completely. But I think my reason for me being put on this world is to influence people. And for me to influence people is to lead by example. And I think that my story and my pathway is a great way for me to lead and to show you how failures are not the absolute end all and be all, and how you can pick yourself up 7 times and get up 8, as Rocky Balboa would say. So throughout these 300 days, there have been crazy temptations for me to pick up the bottle and just give it all up again. And some of you may know I have released a blog that my brand Dirty Pig that I started working on when I got sober was getting traction and was becoming successful, and I thought, okay, this is going to be my livelihood from now on. But I hit a speed bump, and that was trademark issues. And another brand that has been running in Australia for 10 years has a brand named Dirty Pig, and I reached out to them. I said, we've got completely different audiences, we're in a different niche, you sell different type of clothing, you sell from 3XL to 15XL, I'm not hitting that market at all. What I'll even do is I'll put a website banner on my website so I can track my larger customers over to your website, so there are no crossovers at all. But the company did not want a bar of it and just said, Dirty Pig is trademarked under our name. You have to cease selling when our trademark re-registers in March. Do you know how badly I just wanted to give up and pick up the bottle? But then I thought to myself, why? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I 300 days sober? And the answer is not for money. It's not for business opportunities. It's not for clout. It's not for fame. It's not for any of these materialistic objects that I originally thought would come into my life once I got sober and be rewarded with. These things are great to be rewarded with, but they're not the end all and be all. Why I wanted to remain sober was for the strength to be able to support my family, not through financial gains, even though I would really like to do that, but through spirit, to prove to them that my spirit is strong and that they can rely on me and fall back on somebody when they need a helping hand, or somebody to talk to, or someone with clear thoughts, or someone that's not going through depression, or someone that's not on a 3-day come down and can't even manage to clean up their own room and look after themselves, let alone to sit down and have a discussion and just talk about life with. So 300 days of sobriety, 300 days ago began with a thought. It was a curated thought of what do I want from life. And since that thought, since I found my reason of being, I have not been tempted to pick up a bottle. Even though these small setbacks remind me of the bottle and remind me of the weekend binge drinking, my resilience now is so strong because I know my why. And there is a quote on my new Instagram, which is at lookup.tm if you would like to follow it. Those who know their why can bear almost any hell. And my why is my family. It all began with my family. I want to be able to support my family, and the only way for me to be able to support my family is to support myself first. And then after I can support myself and my family, I can reach out to community and reach the goal that I really want to hit, which is my service to humanity. And making these videos, as I mentioned before, is just a small part of me giving back to my community. So if you clicked on this video to see the journey of 300 days, I want to explain to you it as I recall just off the top of my head. So I'll begin with the first couple of weeks, because the first couple of weeks, if you have tried before, especially with binge drinking, is the absolute hardest and it's the easiest to cave in. But my mind was set that I knew that I wanted to just put down the bottle completely. So the first 2 weeks, the first week I thought, well, it's only been 6 days. I can easily just I haven't told anybody that I'm doing this yet, so I can easily just join the party and forget that I have to subject myself to hardship and just pick up the bottle. That was the hardest. The first week was the hardest, because the first week is when I decided, okay, I'm going to commit to this. After about 10 days, you're thinking, I did that, so I could probably do another week. And the second week comes along and you start getting invites and people are like, hey, got the bag, or hey, got the bottles. Am I coming over? Where are we going? There are these people coming. They're expecting to see you. Where are you? 2 weeks in, because the first week everyone missed you. Second week you're getting invites. So the second week is just as hard as the first week. And the second week is when you really have to isolate yourself and separate yourself from the party and just stay at home, put on some Netflix and just distract yourself from the party. So we're rolling into 3-4 weeks and you start to feel a little bit of accomplishment. And this is when the accomplishment kicks in, that your mind starts to think, I'm proud of myself. And with that pride, you kind of start to build a sense of confirmation in yourself, knowing that you're strong enough. And that pride leads to you talking to people about it, saying, and I remember my first month of going sober, I released a TikTok video saying, hey guys, I'm 1 month sober and this is the longest that I've been sober for in over 10 years. And I didn't know it at the time, but the amount of people I affected just by saying those words, that TikTok blew up and got over 100,000 views. And I got all these people saying, I'm so proud of you, you're accomplishing, you can do it. I'm this month sober, I'm these many years sober, you can do it. And I started to realize that out of the isolation, coming out of it into sobriety and into that strength, I've noticed there are a whole community that are not only willing to support you, but are also proud of you. And at the same time, you're also affecting people that also want to go sober. So the sense of accomplishment that I felt was uncanny. So I wanted to start to do more. I wanted to do more to make myself feel pride in, and also fill up those gaps in the weekend where I was just like binging Netflix or like going to KFC to reward myself for not drinking and just pigging out. I wanted to start to replace those moments where I would usually drink, and even on the come down days, because when I stopped drinking, those come down days, I didn't really know what to do. I wasn't working a 9 to 5. I was running my own business, but I had a lot of spare time. So I needed to figure out things that I could do that would fill out my spare time, that would give me that same adrenaline and dopamine rush that I got from putting down the bottle. So instead of giving up now, I'm now putting in extra effort, and this is when I started going even harder at the gym, and I committed myself to 7 days a week at the gym, which at the time was a huge accomplishment for me. And I remember after every single gym session, I just thought, yes, I'm killing it, I can do this. And then I wanted more to do throughout the day, along with running the business and going to the gym, so I started writing. I just started writing to reflect on how my life got so low. And I used to be such a strong person. I used to, in high school, not drink any soft drink at all. I had a lot of people looking up to me. I used to go to the gym every day. I used to run. I used to be that person where people would just say, yeah, Beau is strong. He's mentally strong. He's mentally capable. And somewhere along the way, through fame and through quick financial wealth that I was blessed with at the time, I lost that motivation. Everything just started to come too easy, and I took great advantage of that. So I wanted to write just to reflect, where and how did I mess up, and why am I in the situation that I am in right now? And I started writing after I went to the gym for 1 hour per day. I just went to a cafe and I ordered my favorite coffee to reward myself for doing the task of writing. And I remember just like sitting down and writing and getting into just a straight, steady workflow. And I'd look up at the time and it would sometimes be 1-2 hours past with 2,000 words written. And through this reflection, I curated a whole book. I wrote over 300 pages of my life growing up, my life through the fame, my demise through the fame, my drug abuse, how I came out of the drug abuse, setting up business. And this was just all from going sober. Within the first 2 months, I wrote a whole 300-page book, which I am now editing and will be released by my 31st birthday, July 31st. So stay tuned for that. I'm super proud about it. But that was just one of the things that I accomplished just by putting my mind to a task, and that all started from putting my mind to the task of giving up alcohol. One thought that I've grown to think about every single day as soon as I wake up is turn off your fucking alarm. Dead set. Nah, but I do turn off my alarm and get straight out of bed. Anyway, one thought that I have when I wake up every single morning is weakness is creeping in. Weakness is always going to creep in, and it'll always try to tempt you. And the more you say no to doing things that are going to benefit your life, the easier it is to say no, to eventually end up setting yourself back to square one. So what I do every single day are hard challenges that make me realize how tough and hard and intricate and detailed life actually really is. I subject myself to cold water immersion every single day. I wake up before the crack of dawn every single day when all I want to do is stay in that warm, cozy bed. And I do these things to remind myself of how strong I am and how tough life can be. And by 8 a.m., I've already written in my journal, done cold water immersion. I've already ran 10 to 20 kilometers. And this is before most people wake up. And this is before I start my afternoon shift. I then go on to work on my business. I print and I package clothes. I make new orders for shipments to come in. I work on the business. I reply to fans. I reply to DMs. And then, just to piss off all the haters, from 3 to 11 o'clock, I go and start an afternoon shift, and I don't need to go and do that afternoon shift. It is great. It's a great extra bit of income. It's that security blanket behind me. It's that extra investment into capital that I need for the business. But the main reason that I'm doing it, and this is a thought that I have, 8 hours into a shift of where I'm just tired, it's just a big middle fingers up to all the people that told me that I need to get a real job. Because now I have a real job. I'm also doing this. I'm uploading content. I'm also training for a marathon. I'm going to the gym every single day. I'm writing books. I'm writing blogs. I write 4 blogs per week. If you would like to subscribe to my blog channel, The link is down below, by the way, where I talk about self-development and mental health. I'm doing all these things. So all of these haters, you have nothing to say. Yeah, my career flopped. Yeah, I'm working in a factory now. Yeah, I was an addict to drugs. Yeah, I was an addict to alcohol. But I can guarantee you, all the people that are messaging me hate behind the screen would not even be able to complete a fifth of the tasks that I do throughout my day. I am currently over 300 days in, and I count every single day that I remain sober. But in saying that, I am also tracking the progress of all the new habits that I've built that sobriety has allowed me to achieve and to do. Over 3 months now of waking up before the crack of dawn, and as I've mentioned before, this is one of the hardest habits that I've had to take on. I'm 7 weeks into my marathon training and I've tracked over 150 kilometers in 50 days. Over 8 months of consistent writing, and I've got 300 pages of a book and over 40 articles that have been published. 9 months of consistent daily exercise, and I have reduced my body fat down to 13%. I used to weigh 90 kilos, I now weigh 70 kilos, and over 2 months of seeing the sunrise every single morning. Saluting my sobriety, I've also subjected myself to eating healthier and putting good things into my body, realizing that the poisons that I was putting into my body was killing my physical body and my spiritual soul. So now I eat greens, I eat healthy proteins, I eat things that are going to replenish me, that are going to recover me, and that are going to allow my brain to operate at the vibration that I want it to. I no longer look to the weekend for relief. I no longer need relief because I'm relieved that I am living and that I am happy and that I am healthy and that I am hitting my goals every single day. My relief is finishing what I start. I look forward waking up every single day to see how much that I can offer the world. And the world has rewarded me with not only a rejuvenated energy, but more financial freedom from my good habits of spending and saving. All that money that I was wasting on the weekend for Ubers, clubs, alcohol, bags, $400-500 per weekend has now accumulated, and I am sitting on a little nest egg. I am now an honest, hard-working man, and I feel that I can offer value to the world, which makes me feel like a much appreciated person from society and gives me that pride and strength to continue to lead a better life and to help to improve other people's life along the way. All my hard work and effort is being appreciated by my community, the people that I love, and a lot of you guys that are watching. And this has made me realize that heaven on earth does exist. It is painful, it is intricate, it is detailed. It takes all your grit to try and achieve. Every day you have to subject yourself to pain, to torture, to do things that you don't want to do. But when you live in a community of people that are doing the same thing, everyone that is in that community is there to support you, and you can all rejoice in the hard work and effort that it takes to be able to receive the rewards of rejuvenation together. I have put down the bottle for 300 days and my eye has opened up to the beautiful reality that we call life. That's 300 days, guys. It's just 66 days short of a year, and if I'm able to accomplish it, if I'm able to dig myself up from the hell that I was in, put under so much pressure and under the public eye, and having way more people than a lot of other people would have going against them and not believing in them and leading them on and buying them alcohol, buying them drugs and taking them down. If I can do that with all that pressure, being underneath the public eye, and you're watching this video and you're a weekend binge drinker and partier and you're thinking about putting down the bottle, put it down, because you can, because I can, because I have. And what I'm getting rewarded now, your rewards will be 10 times greater because you're starting from a place that I didn't have the luxury of starting from. If I can do it, you can do it. And your rewards are going to be just as big, if not bigger, because you get to start from a fresh slate. I'll always be subjected to the limelight that I was in when I was under the influence. So if you're thinking about it, reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. And if you want to start talking to people in the comment section, Let's start a community. Let's build this together. Let's help each other grow to the successful community that we possibly can be. And let's all rejoice together and celebrate in our success, because that's all I want. And that's what I want from this channel. I want to educate you guys, and I want to educate people that want to educate other people. And I want this to grow together so we can all rejoice in looking up from the depths of despair. So thank you so much for watching, guys. This is Look Up with Beau, and always remember, when in doubt, when in the depths of despair, put down your phone, put down your bottle, pick up a book, look up. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, all that blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm going to be releasing more videos on this channel about some things that I've learned throughout my sobriety and throughout my challenges. I would like to make some more blogs on my marathon training. If anyone's interested in training for a marathon, or if you've done a marathon before. I'm just a beginner and I'm just starting out. My times are very slow, but I'd like to get into all of this in another video. That is a video you'd like to see. Also comment down below and maybe ask me some questions that you would like to know about the marathon training, so I have a little bit more of structure when I'm talking about the video. But other than that, here's to another successful week, and from Monday to Friday it's going to be another grind. My Saturdays and Sundays are filled up too with swimming and marathon training, and then I'm doing YouTube and editing pretty much all weekend, and then seeing my family and friends that I miss out on seeing throughout the week. So it's pretty full on. But yeah, that's life, and I'm actually loving it right now, and I'm having so much fun with it. And even though things are hard, you do have fun, like throughout a long run. Like you get stuck in your head and you think good things to yourself. You literally don't have any time to be depressed or anxious, because your time is always filled up with doing productive things, and you don't have time to sit down and think my life is crap, because every moment you're doing something to make your life better. And that's a conversation that I've had with people saying, how did you get out of depression? How did you get out of anxiety? And I'm like, well, if you just don't believe in it, then it doesn't exist. You can't allow it to exist, because you're always doing something to be away from that lifestyle and to be in a higher vibration, which is something that I always want to hold. And I'm very scared to go down to the lower vibration, which is why I'm always challenging myself, and I'm always putting myself in hard situations to face the reality of life, that it is hard and you will not be successful unless you can face that reality, because most people don't want to face that reality, which is why most people are lazy, and which is why most people don't have the things that they want in life, because they're too scared to face reality, when in your head it is much more scarier than what it is when you're actually doing it in the moment. Your imagination runs loose, and it's much more worse in your head than in the actual moment. So yeah, here's just another little bit of motivational advice. Just take the first step, leave the front door, get to the gym, and the rest will follow. The hardest is the procrastination and thinking about it. And the longer you sit there and procrastinate, the longer you'll hate yourself, the easier it will be to fall into depression. And the more you'll be anxious, because you're anxious about a life that you're living, because you're not living to your full potential. So anyway, yeah, that's my rant over, and I'm just saying this just so you can take this on board. And I think that knowledge is powerful when it's shared, and I hope that this will be reflected back onto me. So any of this information that you're taking in, consume it, maybe write it down and practice it. Start speaking about it as well. That will help it come back to you. Okay, all right, I said I'd end this video like a few minutes ago. I went off on another rant, and this is why I like speaking off the dome, because everything naturally comes out. And I do have some script structure throughout this video, but I allow that script to take me off the top of my head to be able to talk to you guys naturally, because I think that's really important, instead of just reading a script and going straight from Google and giving you guys information that you can easily find yourself. I want to give you a real human to human experience, and I hope you guys appreciate that as well. So yeah, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, like, and comment, much appreciated. This channel is going to blow the fuck up. It's only a matter of time, and even if it doesn't, I don't care, because I hopefully am helping 1, 2, 3 people, and also I've got a day job, so I'm not reliant on a video blowing up. But I know this channel will blow up because the content's fucking amazing. All right, I think that's it.